All right, guys. Oh, James M. Pump and dump. Yeah. Well, it does kind of feel that way. And then we'll see. It's hard to get enthusiastic about that Bitcoin chart. Oh, let's see what we got. We got 10? 10 in here. All right. I'm flying solo today. Monte Crypto. Pulled away. Oh, let's see. So, Space Lord motherfucker, welcome. Boy, that's a handle and a half. Space Lord motherfucker. Man. Bringing his game. Let's see what we got. It seems like there's a delay there. Okay, so we'll get 4 or 5 more. We'll get going. All right, so yeah, you guys, it's about a 30-second delay from what I see to what you guys see. It's kind of weird because I just see you guys coming on now. All right, let's get 1 or 2 more. Somebody say something. If you're on board, just say howdy, just so I know. I'm watching the count here, number of views. Oh, let's see. What are we starting with? We're starting with. Geez, I'm not used to working the board by myself here. I'm starting with. I never know whether to say valet or got to be valet. Valet with Zilliqa. Oh, let's see. There we go. I'm going to get 1, 2 more. What we're doing on time. We'll give it another minute. All right. Well, I guess we can get rid. Oh, there we go. There you go. All right. Jawa conclaves. Jawa conclaves. All right. Oh, there we go. All right, we got enough now. All right. Let's see. So it looks like mostly regs in here. You guys know the drill, right? Members post up their content, and we kind of work through it, and always the same idea. Looking, it's a little a combination, right? The stronger members here were posting content. Really, we're looking for setups. Newer members, they're just working on their TA skills. Gives me a chance to see how they're progressing with the material and things. If they're, on their Elliott stuff, if they got the counts, the geometry, I can get a feel for how they're progressing. So, and then additionally, it just, as I say, right, it's a lot of scanning for trade setups. Hang on, I got Monte Crypto. Shit. So you guys are all seeing and hearing me correctly, right? You give me somebody, James M. You hearing me, seeing me correctly? Because I got Monte Crypto remotely checking on it. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're good. Okay. So you guys know the drill here. So Zilliqa here, we're looking at a daily. Well, it's hard not to be drawn to this. Now, of course, I'm a retracement trader, so as soon as I see something like this, I'm immediately thinking on the buy side. And it's okay. So what are we looking at here? So this is a swing, right? It's a double top, and now we're retracing, right? It's all the market ever does, right? It's all it can do: swing, retrace, swing, retrace. Well, wouldn't this be like an obvious thing to do, right? Just right off the bat, like, oh, all right, we're coming back into where a lot of business was done. I mean, the volume profile is literally screaming at you. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that we come down here and we ping, but this would be, I mean, what it's showing you is where size could be moved into the market without disrupting the market, right? We see a lot of business was done here. Sorry, all right. I don't know what's not to like here. I mean, what? So, well, it looks like it's incomplete. So if we're looking at this, oh, let's see here. If this is, but that's kind of a fucker up there, isn't it? Let's squeeze that in. This is a daily, right? So you're kind of stuck with that. Well, either you'd be doing a double top here or a double top here. And since we want to try and keep everything self-contained, I think this is the smarter play. Oh, shit. Hang on. Mute that. It never fails. I forget to turn that off. Yeah, okay. I guess so. So there's a 5 coming down, so you're kind of stuck with an ABC into that. Yeah, I mean that's as reasonable as any alternate. Although that's a stretch. You'd have to do, well, shit. Can you do it? You have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, you can get it done. So A, B, C. That seems a reasonable count here. Impulsive, right? So you can almost look at the 3, 4 here coming up. So now we need a 3 to come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So it looks like we got an A wave. Oh, if it's not done, it looks like it's working on it, right? So something like that. Maybe bring it over a touch. What's the next thing I'm going to do, right? It's just, right, you guys have probably already done it. All right, so where would we be looking? Right over here. So we might just kind of look at all that action right there. All right, I'm back. See, that's the problem with no money crypto. Okay, I'm back. All right, so what I was saying here, so just as we come down to the anticipation here would be business as usual. No reason to assume anything else. And it's a little bit of a funky count. Oh, what do we do here from the low? There we go. All right, so I'm assuming you guys can hear me now. Yeah, Monty had. I need someone to work the board for me. Oh, he had some personal business he had to take care of, just some challenges he's dealing with. So he's not here today. Yeah, but I'll keep an eye on it. I need you guys to, because now I've got to keep my eyes on that. I think this looks pretty good, right? And the other thing, just kind of looking at it, I mean, we're kind of going sideways here. Nice big range. So to probe out of this and come down to get into the lower range, that I'd be very interested down here. And I said, same thing as usual, right? We wouldn't necessarily just sit down here with a limit order. Let's look for a reaction. So just looking at that, right? So where's the first place it's likely to bump its head? Right there, right? So you're going to be stuck in this little, but you'd have great risk reward here. So it's going to take some muscle to get up here. You got all of this resistance to clear. So if we're thinking that's a 2, we're going to need a 1, 2, 3. We're going to need a 1, right? Obviously, right? We need that. So this is interesting down here. I think this is one. This was a real star in the early days. Oh, I might fatten this up a little bit. I think it's just easier to see. All right, so what are you doing? We got Boy, how do you not like this? Come in right down here. Maybe you get this. You know, you might get that. Right, coming right up to. Often you'll see that they won't go right to the POC. They'll front run it. Right, there'll be a little bit. So this edge here, or even here, would be kind of place. So you might look here if you want to be aggressive. Maybe you divide this in thirds or quarters, right, and just dollar cost average in, clear exit. Right, so if your last buy is here and your stop is here, well, of course you got to do the math on what you can handle there, but this is where you're clearly wrong, assuming you're buying in here. Right, got to have a stop somewhere. Now you could revisit if we were going to go that deep, right? You got to revisit down here. Then you got to wait. You got to wait for something to at least get a higher low. But that looks pretty good. All right, so nice one. Hang on a second. Let me get back over here. All right, so you guys can hear me. That's Valet. I think that's nice start, right? Thanks for bringing that up. I haven't looked at that in quite a while. So that would be one for the watch list, but it's got a lot that has to happen. So I'd put that on the BC, right? Waiting for more to happen there. All right, so I got James M. Look, oh, we're back to Link. All right, let's take a look at Link. What do we got going on with Link? All right, hang on. So where are we going? We're going bottom left. And I got to make a copy here. So I will get rid of this one. Get over here. Oh, yeah, sexy. Right now we can change our grouping and our sizing. So bottom left. It's a nice upgrade from TradingView. All right. The channel master. Oh, man, you got me really. Okay. So interesting break here. Okay, I gotta. Oh shit, let's go. I'm gonna go to 24, James, just so I can see it a little better. Okay. Well, as his nature, right? He's gonna have every swing labeled, right? Because he's a puzzle solver, so he wants to be sure he's got it. I don't see anything not to like here. 1, 2, 3. That's a little skinny, but boy, look at the clean finish on that impulse to get it done. Oh, we are in log scale, so. They've all, right, whether it's Bitcoin or ETH or all, they all look about the same coming down here. So the WXY, oh, you're getting pretty outside. I know you like all those, so that's got to be like your fibs. So that looks like that's your fibs. I'm going to just change that just to what I'm used to. Oh, shit, what do I want here? Let's just go here so I can see a little bit. Okay, so there we go. All right, so coming down here, we're trying to get a Y. We got an A, we got a B. We're trying to finish here. That's clean. That's clean. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we get a leading diag, or pardon me, we get a contracting diag here. So this is definitely moving into guidelines as opposed to rules, right? We're just seeing so much of it. So here's ideally you'd want that ending, but we're ending the A wave, right? Purist is going to be looking for an expanding here, but. Fortunately, I'm not a purist. So A, B, 1, let's see, you're giving me multiples here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, could be 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Then we're going lower. That gets you down here. Well, let's go 4. Well, no matter what, this sure does. I mean, it's like Bitcoin, right? Sure looks like a 4, doesn't it? So I'd be inclined to go with the internal count here. So 1, 2. Yeah, I see you're thinking it's not far enough, is it? All right, so if you're thinking, oh shit, that's it. 1, 2. Man, that's pretty good rip. I'd be inclined to hide that one. I think you're right there. 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is going to be, if this is it here, right to the 50. That looks pretty solid. Right? Things that don't happen randomly, right? We all know that. We know what happened there. So you can kind of look at it and say, oh, okay, well, you could see that, right? It's very the most common progression is bang the 50, doesn't roll over. We'll go test the golden zone here. The algo will stop out there. Or well, no, what the algo will do is go, well, now it'll be sitting here, and then it'll be sitting here, and then it'll be sitting here, and then it'll be sitting here, right? So you have to know that, right? Going all the way up. You're going to have to fight through all of it. So the reason I make a point of showing that to you is so partly you don't forget to do it. So you're not sitting here go, oh, they broke the golden zone, so it's new highs. You're going to have to break all of these. Right? Always, right? Any chart doesn't matter. They've got to be broken. So the reason you have to do that is so that you don't think, oh, okay, now I can buy into my third here, and you buy right into it if you didn't keep going. Now that's mighty close, but that's what the algo do, right? It's fucking software. It doesn't care. It's just gonna go to the higher pivot. That's all it does. All right. So if we're looking here, wouldn't you like to see that? I mean, this would make you more confident if we came down here and we got that. Well. Now, the market may not cooperate to make us comfortable, but that sure would start to look like, okay, I'm really feeling the count here, right? And when you're on it, right, it's, that's the beauty of Elliott Wave. It's almost like you can see the future, right? Now, so what are you looking for? You're getting a 3. You get the 3. What are you looking for? Right? So it gives you all of these strategic points where you want to trade it until you're proven wrong, right? So this sure looks like we're in the middle of an impulse. So why would you do anything other? Well, so a couple thoughts. Trend is clearly down. Now, it would take a very aggressive trader to want to try and trade into the C of the 4. Now, so that's a scalper. You're going counter trend on everything, right? And on the assumption here that you're going to get this little pop. I look at that and go, why? Like, why go counter trend like that? You're going to get away with it sometimes. You will, right? Now, if you're a scalper, fuck, I'm on a 4-hour here. I mean, there's shit. I usually scalp on 1 minute or less in the futures market. So I'm not saying don't do it, but out at this degree, all you're trying to do is, get the bottom to shape, right? And now, once you get that, okay, what are the ingredients? If we're anticipating, okay, I've got all the technical confluence that I'm looking for. Okay, well, what's the first ingredient? We got to have a higher low, right? That like you wouldn't even want to look until you knew that. Change of character. Now you could say the same thing here, but that's where the Elliott is really helps you in context, right? You could say, well, hey, I got a higher low here. Well, yes, you did. But if you're working through this the way James is, where you're looking for it here. I'm expecting the change of character. What you're not expecting here is a break of structure, right? Something more significant. Well, here's what you would not be expecting. That. Now, if it does that, okay. Well, it's not. You probably take a loot. You take a stop. Oh, okay. Hang on. 1, 2. If I'm going to get something like that. There's the setup for the turn that you were waiting for. So I think it happens to us all, right? It's very common. You get so caught, and I can speak to this because I have to catch myself doing this, particularly if I'm day trading all the time. So as soon as the market's going down, I'm immediately wanting to buy it. And I have to catch myself, and that's just from just so conditioned to be a retracement trader. If it's going down, I want to buy it. If it's going up, I instinctively want to sell it. So I have to catch myself, which is why I like the market structure so much, and I think it complements what we're doing with the wave structure, in that it forces you to wait. Well, now you could say, well, hey, if this is the 4-5, well, I'm going to wait for the 1-2. Okay, but now I can give this a little more structure. So I might say, okay, well, it looks like, hey, I got a demand zone down here. If I'm going to come 1-2, okay, I'm feeling better about this because I've got my change of character. Now, if I get something like this, well, then maybe I've got a break of structure right here, right? So I got my little change of character here. Now I get a break of structure. Maybe I get something bigger and I get the dominant high. Now, okay, game on. But when you're trying to catch the turn, you can blow 500 to $5,000 easily trying to pick the turn. Listen, I love it as much as any. If you get it, they think, fuck, I got you. But how many times, right? Is it really worth all those times where you're like, motherfucker, and it rolls over on you, and you're just looking at it going, that's where it's more mental damage. Like, why am I doing that, right? The trend is down. Why am I trying to pick the turn? And you'll do it until you lose enough money to where it becomes now part of your rule set. Like, oh, okay, I do not go long until I at least get a higher high. Now then, okay, maybe I'm playing the C of another 4 here at this degree, but at least I waited. I was disciplined enough to say, nope, I don't do it until I get a higher high. Now you could be even more disciplined and say, I don't do it until I get a change of character. Now, if you had this, well, what do you have here? Now you got a textbook flip, right? We're coming back to the zone, right? That's what you're looking for. You're on the idea that as we went down here, if we tapped that zone and came out of it, there's a reasonable chance here that those that were looking to be buyers, all those orders didn't get filled. So you've got demand down here. So if it comes back down, oh, okay. Hey, right? You would be anticipating. Here's what you wouldn't want to see, right? And this is important with these zones. You don't want to see it hover, right? You don't want to see this, right? That's more likely to do that. You want it to be in and out. In, fill the orders, let's get out. Otherwise, if you do this, if you're sitting right there, what's your thought? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's tricky, right? There is no guarantee other than, I mean, just risk reward, right? That's all you've got to work with here. Okay, how much am I willing to risk for that potential reward or that reward? That's where your focus has to be, knowing you're going to be wrong many times, right? So what's the only, okay, so if I know I'm going to be wrong, how's the only way I can be profitable over time? Well, I got to make more when I'm right. And this, I do talk about this a lot because this is just part of the progression as a trader. What the challenge now becomes, if you took a couple of losers here, once you get a winner going, you're going to be salivating to grab it, right? You go, fuck, I got to get it because I just took 3 losers here. That is the difference between a professional and an amateur, because the professional, if you have a clear plan, okay, what am I counting? What am I anticipating here? If this is 1, 2, I'm looking for the 3. So if I get right here, I don't want to take that. Right, that's not offsetting all those times I got stopped out. I need the big one. So you gotta keep your hands off the mouse. Let it go. Right? It's not like you're saying, well, shit, I don't know where it could stop. What if we think it's a 3? Where's a reasonable target? Okay, let's see if I can get the 1618. Okay, well now, what have I had down here? Right now, why the log scale that fucks me up somehow? I think it's because log scale. It is gotta be. Fucks it up in log scale. Oh, fuck it. Let's take it out of log scale. I'm up here. All right, that's what it is. All right, so if I'm right here, pivot, I'll give it a couple of ticks below the low. All right, so at least here, I've got 6 to 1. So all these little losers that I took here because I was trying to catch it here, I was trying to catch it here. Now, oh, finally got it. Okay, I got to the 1618. Okay, there's a 6 to 1. And you can come, okay, all right, would that make sense? Okay, well, there's likely going to be the resistance here, right? Well, here there was a little battle between bulls and bears, so likely you'd have shorts defending here. You'd have bulls, right? There you might look at your order book, see, how big is the size there. Then, boom, can I get through? Right? You got to have that to offset. Otherwise, there's no way to turn the corner and be profitable if you keep looking for the turn. You can't do it, right? The math won't work. All right, so I think like as the other one, does it look, are you ready to go on that? I wouldn't be. I sure like that we're approaching what it would appear to be some sort of a bottom here. Oh, let's see, let me pull back out again. Oh, let's see, how are we onto the A to the B to the C, right? Last thing, right? We want to check all of these. Right, I'm sure James would do this, right? So we're right to the 100. So for an ABC, right, if it's going to roll over, where's the next one you're looking for? Right, it's not, it's simply because it's the most common, right? If it's not going to be the 100, we go 127, 138, right? Most common, right? If we're going to get through that, this is not the most common, right? This is the most, well, these two are the most common. To go to 1618 in a C, okay, it's pretty, we're getting a bit overextended. And at that point, you'd be mindful of the fact, hey, wait a minute, is this 1, 2, 3 and not ABC? Well, then you got to lean into your count, right? Your count would have to support the idea. Oh, let me go back to, let's go to an 8. Well, you're going to have natural resistance right there. Oh, well, where's the liquidity? Really nothing till you get up here. So knowing that the market moves from liquidity points to liquidity, right? The liquidity we can easily identify is right here and right here, right? So for the market to come all the way back up to get all this, because you know there's a bunch of stops up here. Oh, fuck, come here. We know that. That's where the liquidity is, and that's where the liquidity is, right now. So if you're in this, you probably have a little bit right there. So if you're in this, okay, well, I can see, okay, you know, where are they going to try and push market to, right? It's liquidity to liquidity. Where's the liquidity? Man, it kind of really looks like it wants one more up there. One more push, right? As I was saying in the little teaser, right? Is it something real, or is this just bull bait, right? Before we do that. That's what it looks most probable. That looks like the path of least resistance remains down. I mean, today's what did the market do? Right, we're still. I mean, we're back in the initial balance. All right, this is a good sign that we're not just in another free fall. But this is another green banana. It's good. I want it on my watch list. I love it down here. I don't know that we'll get it, but if I get the opportunity to be a buyer down here, well, I'm very, very interested. So I'd get that one on your watch list. Great work, James, as usual. Appreciate all that. Okay, so I got link done. Now I got flux capacitor, which I guess is a different chart. Let me get this going. All right. I'm assuming you guys can hear me all right. Good. Okay. All right, let's copy that. Come on, you all say flux capacitor in your head, don't you? As soon as I see it, that's the first thing that hits my head. All right, we've looked at this a few times. Note how James is so consistent, right? He really leans into the channeling, right? So it guides him. Right, he's traditional Elliott channeling in this case, but often he's looking for confluence points. But it's the consistency, right? It's much like Grant F with the harmonics, right? There's a consistency to his technical analysis, which I think serves him well. That's why he's been so successful. Okay, so what are we doing here? 1, 2. How do we finish that? Oh, we're not. Oh, what are we doing here? Oh, interesting. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, you hitting the hopium pipe there, James? You might be a little bit. Well, so why? Okay, so it's got to be the length, right? You don't like this as the 3, right? I can see that. Well, that's clean impulse. 1, 2, 3, triangle 4. I like it. Okay, so you do complete here. Well, I'm sure you've already been through all the possible alts, right? So, because what's the first thing you would think, right? Could it be this, right? Wouldn't that be your first thought? Oh, and now we're just putting in the 2. But I know will have already done that. 1, 2. It's really too bad because you had a great looking count, right? If this had been the 4, right, and we're going up, nice looking count, but with the rollover, well, do we, shit, man, we've already invalidated how, well, no, I guess we could do it. This is our invalidation down here. So, it's a tricky one. I can't say I love this one. So we're going 2, already through the 618, right? So it's already deeper than you'd want. Is there an alt here? So what's an alt, James? We might go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This just... See, I mean, as it is right now, I follow your count, but it doesn't. You wouldn't want that trade, right? You wouldn't want 1, 2 to be that deep. Well, fuck, right? I mean, if you're already in this, right, and to get it, okay, great. But in terms of a new trade, I'd be looking elsewhere. that would be just me here. So let me pull this off a little bit. So if this were, I'm just looking for how can we get this to be completed, right? I think you'd have to do it this way. Oh fuck! Here, I guess we'd have to do it this way. Now, I'm assuming you looked at that and just didn't like it. This would have to be the 5, right? So there's your alt. All right. So if we come here. Okay, I'm not so sure I don't like that. I don't prefer that. So let's, oh, fuck, hang on, guys. That's Monte Crypto. Maybe something's fucked up. Hang on a second. You just turn your mic on is what he's telling me. All right, so, okay, you guys can hear me. Yes, okay, good. James M, you're right. That is the only alt. Yeah, that is the only other alt, right? So how would you look at that, right? So if I went here, I'd probably leave that. So if we're going to come 4 down to 5, so this would be the 2. It actually starts to get, it improves a little bit, right? So prior 3, 4, right? Common, right down a degree, 3, 4 is a common place to look for reaction. Now we're at all of this structure here. So if this is going to come 4, right? If we've got one more little up for the 4 to give us a nice clean 3 or a triangle or whatever we're doing down there, come into this zone. Well, I've got some of this, right? Because I'll trade stuff James is in. I've got a small piece of this. I might look to add in here. Maybe split this in thirds, anticipating that. Now, so what's on the other side, right? Of course. We'd have this, right? If we got that. Now, that starts to look interesting to me. Right now, all of this goes up. Right, insane. So do you see how he's got the clean Elliott channeling here? So his 4 pops the channel here. We come down, we get the center line as I'm hitting the, so I'm looking for a golden corner. He's hitting the center line of the channel, right? So we're both using geometry to try and identify where the target is. So how do you get out of here? Well, you need, right, same thing as always, right? Got to have a higher low. If you just, I mean, it seems so stupid that that's problematic for us. Okay. Let's look for examples. Oh, right. I mean, at the top, same thing, right? Trading, we complicate the fuck out of it, and it can be simplified, right? Simpler is almost always better. Okay, I don't get a new high here. Right, what happens, right? All the longs have to cover. Right? Stop. Now shorts, right? The shorts bail in, come in. Oh, taking profit up here, right? So, but it all starts at the top with the failed swing here. They can't get another high, right? That's what creates the 2, a B. It's always the same, right? It's not fucking rocket science. Okay, so down here, see, we complicate it. So we go, oh, 3, 4, oh, time to buy it. And it does this, and it's got another roll on it, right? So you got it. Just, I know, right? It's not black and white, because you could look at that and say, well, hey, why are you not long here? Hey, you got a higher low. Why are you not long there? Well, again, context, right? That's where the Elliott is helpful. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? It looks like I got a textbook triangle in here. So I'm in a triangle. Does this look impulsive? Is there anything here that would make you think, oh shit, time to buy it? Okay, so let's say you get a little spark out of here. Are you still thinking, oh, time to buy? Is that what you'd be thinking right there? Really? Okay, well, let's just play that through. Okay, so we just went to a 50 as we hit the corner of a set of median lines here, where we know, right, it's likely to be. Okay, what else would be there? All right, okay, you got always got to look left, right? Potentially any structure I'm going to run into, right? And we got a little pivot right here. Now, are they still active? We don't know, right? You don't know that you're going to get a reaction there, but obviously the market responded there, right? It meant something to somebody at some point in time, right? Are you going to get some defense here? I don't know, but I certainly am not going to be oblivious to the fact that I'm coming into that structure. So if I get here, okay, do you sell it right here? No. Same thing. If we're going to do this, there's a requirement. It's not going to do it in a straight line. Okay, what do we need? I mean, trading really can be that simple. Okay, let's keep going. Where's your? I got to take it out of log to do that. Okay, so let's say we're doing it right here. Where's your stop? Okay, it's not complicated. Oh, I think I've got a 4. So if I think I've got a 4 and I'm going down for a 5, I got to have a 1, 2. Oh, I'd like to. Got to. Right? If something else happens, you don't want the trade because then you're blind, right? So the advantage we have here as Elliotticians is that we have an anticipation here of what, not only how far it goes, but the shape it should take. That's the right look. Right now, we could have a diag here. We could have a fucking extension. We don't. There's only one requirement. I gotta have a lower high. Got to, not optional. Gotta have that. Oh, right. So that you think about the whole thing. So all the more why when it's let's say you got here. If you got right here. And you're thinking, oh, fuck, here they come. Oh, shit, I gave back a little profit. No. That's the difference, right? You got to stay for that. And if it stops you out, fuck, okay, welcome to trading. Next trade. Because if you get stopped here, right? So maybe you make a small profit, you cover your costs. Okay. No damage done. Did you give back some profit? Yeah. Again, welcome to trading. You got to stay for that so you can get your 6-to-1 or 7-to-1 here. Otherwise, right, it won't offset all those little losers, right? The little losers start accumulating. And your winners, right, and that's where, journaling, looking at your trading, like how did I do on the risk reward there? Did I get out too early? Because most of us always, I'm going towards a joke here, but it would be inappropriate, right? We're out too early, right? Not everybody finished, right? If I'd be crude. Okay, so that's just, we as traders, right? Premature profit taking. Very easy to do, right? Why? Because it's emotion. Your emotion, right? Your fear of giving back. Oh, I got profit. Fuck, profit's so hard to get. I want to jump on it. You can't think that way and be profitable in the long term. You've got to stay for the you've got to get those. Got to, right? Not optional, or the math will grind you down. Even if you stay, right? You might be able to stay for a while. The math will grind you down over time. And your account will get so low that you got to restock it, and maybe you could learn, or you just grind till you're out of money and you say, well, the fucking trading's not for me. It's not for everybody. It's very hard to do. It's very easy to say stay in the market. Is it hard to stay in the market? Well, if you keep your hands off your mouse, no. If you watch every little squiggle, the slightest little upticks, you're going to panic. So you're going to, fuck, I got to get out. Didn't want to get back. I made $100 there, or $1,000, but the collective losses I did in the last 4 was 1,500. Oh, I made back 1,000, but you're still 500 in the hole. You can't be successful that way. Bad news if that's what you're thinking. All right. More good stuff from James here, but I do think the alt here plays better, James. Okay, so ETH. Okay, I'm back to ETH with James here. Okay, all right, so he's been all over ETH. So let's see what he's thinking now. We are ETH. We are, which one? Quick glance on 2, both on the right. Okay, so let's look over here. Let's go to the hourly at first. Let's start here. Oh, fuck. What did I just do there? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Got to make the copy. All right. Let's, what did I say? We're going to start on the hourly here. Okay. All right. So it looks like are there 2 counts in here? WX going for the Y. Oh, sure. Let's take a look here. All right, we're down to the hourly, so I got to scrunch. It's just like Bitcoin, doesn't it? Okay, so W. I mean, this is James and I went back and forth on the count, on the Bitcoin count. Same idea here. It looks about the same. What's making this tricky is that, so this is fairly easy to spot. The W, okay, this gets a little gnarly. This is sexy. Look, he nailed the triangle in there. A, B, C, D, E. That's hard to spot. Nice work there. But he's going A, B, C into the A. Then we get a B, but then this makes it even trickier. Now, so we come down for the C, but then we go A, B, C into the X, right? So it's just a series of threes that we're dealing with. Bitcoin's the same, right? It's just 3 after 3 after 3, and like there's a 5. Okay, so we can look at these 5s and say, okay, well, look at that. Okay, come on, this, you gotta appreciate this. If you're not using Elliott Wave, what do you see here, right? If you're not doing it, right, you just see I don't know, sideways. Now, as an Elliottician, what's the advantage we have? We're just isolating 5s and 3s, right? It gives us an edge, right? And that's all we can hope for ever is a slight edge. Okay, I got 5s, so you mark them. Okay, where are the 5s? Okay, there's a 5. There's a 5. There's, come here. There's a 5. This would be a 5, right? Coming off of this one. Okay, so all the 5s are going up, but, right, we're not getting new highs here. All right, bring them over. We're trying, right? We're trying, but all we're doing is finishing complex corrections here. They're just on the other side. It's the C legs. Look, well, or the A, so the A, B, C is the only place I can find a 5. Okay, well now, right? Do we have a change happening here? A, B, C. Well, what would your first thought be? Not really. And when do we get a change? We gotta, well, first thing we gotta do is break that. I don't know why I've got that. We got to break that one, right? Got to break that, right? Then you got break a structure. Right now, that's the, well, let's see. That's not the strong high. The strong high is going to be back here because it gave us this low. This is all just change of character. We don't really have any trend, so we're essentially trendless. So what do we do here? Well, one thought is no trade. Let's wait. Okay, so here we got, well, that's no closes above, right? So I see this so commonly now. I get wicks going through, but no close, right? So I would maintain that that's still an active golden zone, which would suggest down prices. Nice divergence here. I mean, everything here is saying, well, there's, God damn it. Why do I have so much trouble with that? There's nothing here saying buy. If anything, it's saying, whoa, get on the short side here. I mean, it's not too late. I mean, you could get it right now, but that's a 1 hour, right? So coming right out of a golden zone, breaking that structure. So another way to look at this is what is all here on the other side of a trend line, right? That's all liquidity, right? Because there'll be stops here on the. It would just be like a low here. There's liquidity on the other side of that trend line because people look, right? So you could think of it this way: swing, retrace. There are going to be stops right here. Swing, retrace. There's going to be stops right here. Right, every pivot is liquidity because there are going to be stops there, right? Because that's how retail trades. Get a swing, put your stop below. A swing up, move your stop up, right? Market moves to liquidity. So where's the biggest chunk of liquidity going to be? Right here. Okay, so if we're coming down, so plan it out, right? Okay, if this is the B, I'm looking for a 5. So could this be 1, 2? Oh, look at that trade. See, this is the kind of thing you got to look for. Okay, I could take it in the fucking golden zone, right? I could put a stop. Even if I wanted to give those wicks a little room, I got a target. 13 to 1. Why have you? So if you're looking for a trade, you should have already gotten off here, pulled up your broker, and just shorted Ethereum. Why would you not? Seriously, why would you not take that trade? Fuck, if I wasn't doing this, I'd jump on it. Look at the risk. You could at this point you could actually tighten it up even further. Oops. So you have to look at that and go, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen here? Oh, I'm going to get stopped out here. If I wouldn't do it. I'd give that a little bit more. Another thing here, I keep saying I'm not going to keep talking about it. How did the longs work out here? Well, okay, right. It's not here yet, but as I continue to dwell on this, where are the worst places to enter the market? Here, 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 and here. Every single one of those was a loser. And I promise you, there was retail traders looking for the breakout, right? Because that's what they've been conditioned. Look for the breakout. What does a professional do? Oh, please look for the breakout, right? They're just with their catcher's mitt. Come on, bring it in. Let me grab all of it. Down. Oh, come on. Oh, it's gonna go this time for sure. Down. Oh, this time you'll get it here. Come on, man. Come on. Little bull bait. Come on, come on, come on. You want it. You know you want it. That's what's happening. You don't have to believe me or not, but I've been on the other side of those calls as the brokers, or when I was a broker, and they're calling up saying, I like the breakout, buy it, buy it, buy it. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to here? Yes, buy it. You're my broker. You work for me. Buy it. Okay. Ultimately why I got out of that business, right? So many body bags. Okay. I think that's a very reasonable trade just off of risk reward here and just the conditions, right? And we rolled over here. It all looks good. And it's great. Great, James. What's not to like there? So you wanted me to look down here too. Let's look. We're on a 30. Is this your alt? Well, just out of curiosity. Oh, fuck. No, we are out of log scale. If I get right on it. Where's the support? Where are the stops? Well, that's right. There's always an algo on the other side. So we got a fib fight here. I think we just looked at it. This is the higher low, so I'm going to use this one. So do you see what we have here? This is just an algo fight, right? One algo fighting another one. Very, 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 very common, right? That's all, right? It's almost all algorithms, right? Percentage of trading. I don't know if anybody can track it. And I know in the futures market, it's about 95% computer, right? So is there a trade as it sits right here? If you're looking here, well, again, you're playing off of the idea here that you've got that. Is it in the log scale? We were here, yeah. When I'm actually if you're down to a 30-minute, there's no reason to be in log. Right, it's always the size of the range. So when you're looking at the daily, you're probably gonna have to be in log. But here, you see it it's more pronounced here. All right, look at that divergence. It's good stuff, James, right? I mean, there's definitely a low-risk trade there. All right, so let's keep going. I got, let's see how you guys are doing. Everybody hear me? Yeah, okay. I have a terribly bullish alt as well. Terribly bullish on this. On Ethereum, James? Terribly bullish? Terribly bullish? Is there such a thing? Terribly. Oh, this could be it over here. Terribly bullish. Okay, well, let's see how we would do that. This has got to be it. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I see. So we don't have an impulse, right? So we're going diag. Well, you know what? I mean, it takes two to make a market, right? So anyone who's buying off of or is on the other side of that trade over here, as I just was laying it out, has got to be looking at this, right? If it's an Elliottician, right? They're looking at this alt, right? That's the thing, right? We don't know. You don't know until it's done who's going to be right. You just have probability, right? What looks most probable. But again, right? One thought is just let it come out of this congestion. There is really no trend here. We're just in a sideways box, right? So 20 or 2100 to 1900. We're just in a sideways box. You know what I'm going to say, right? If we come here, I fucking am not buying it. Now, if we do this and we start to come back down, now I'm interested. But you couldn't pay me enough to buy that. I would just never do it. Down here, I would never sell that. Never. Right? Why do I say that? Right? I've said this many times because I've done it so many times. It's now just a hard rule, right? I've conditioned myself to say, well, the one place I'm not going to buy is right there, and the one place I'm not going to sell is right there. Where, if you wanted to play the range, what do you want to do here? Right? You want to, right? What? Right, we just went through, right? You want to sell that. Why? Right? Same idea, right? But in case I don't know how many here videos that I do. Why? Where are you wrong here? Well, there's the amount of risk that you decide to take, but where's the market prove you wrong? Right? If you're selling it here, right? You got this as a target where you're wrong, right there. I feel like I'm condescending when I say it like that. I don't mean to be. It's just, okay, it's not complicated, right? But people do it all the time. Okay. Good stuff on ETH there, James. But we got to get out of this. We got to get out of that chop monster. Okay, so I got CPT lunchbox. All right, what are we doing, CPT? We are doing, the 10-year. Oh, this is interesting. I haven't looked at this in a while. I think I actually have the 10-year up somewhere in here. Must be on one of my others. Okay, well, so this is important to watch. Okay, we got a 4. Oh, you give me the S&P. 10-year T-notes was a quick chart. Figured I could go over it due to its importance. Did I grab the wrong one? Hang on, CPT. Do I have the right one here? Maybe I don't. Let me try again. Copy link. Nope. Okay, so it's got to be. Let's see if I do this. I'm guessing you grabbed the wrong one. So I think if I do ZN1, we're gonna get it. There it is. Okay, right? Is that right, CPT? I'm guessing, right? Oh, fuck, I have it in here somewhere. Oh, well, shit, it'll take me too long to find it. It's on the side of one of these, or I've got them all at Bitcoin. Okay, let's pull back just a little bit. All right, could we be done here? Well, all right, so why is everybody paying attention to this, right? Because changing interest rates affect the stock market. All right, rates are low. Everybody wants stocks. Rates start to go up. Stocks are less appealing. Money flows into the bond market, right? It's not complicated. Oh, nice call on the order block. Beautiful, right? So right. So there. Well, okay. Good example. Even though it's a daily, look how we come out of it. Right, down, out. Right, it's exactly what you want to see. In and out. Right, just a nice V. Right. So, well, that's a good one. Well, we came right up to the edge of it. Is this, let's see, so this is the order block here. It looks like we have no closes below. Shit, I can't see now. Let's see here if I have it right. On the daily, you might have given it to me on the, I'd probably do it here. And I'd include that, right, since we're on daily, right, so the last little push down, you already had this one hit once. Now, plus you've got the, oh Jesus, look at the confluence there. Plus you got that golden zone. Order block, not question mark, exclamation point, right? It is. It doesn't mean whether it may not hold, but it's definitely an order block, right? Last little swing down, right? That's the theory. Okay, so let's see. Okay, well we got CPT, well, you say you did this rather quickly. Okay, so we wouldn't, the way you have it labeled here, it wouldn't work, right? So as per an Elliott count, because it looks like you're kind of trying to do you're doing 3, 3, 5, right? So the B wouldn't be high enough. So we could probably just turn this into a zigzag. Oh, I don't know that fuck it even matters right here, right? So it's you got to trade it as a zigzag, right? So I would go down to a smaller time frame. It doesn't really matter at this point, right? It's either a zigzag or it's a 1, 2, 3, but that seems less probable. So it's kind of interesting because it implies now that we're going higher, right? That we're going to now go higher and rates are going to start to come down. Order block in play. Love the live streams. Oh, good. Oh man, I'm so glad. Okay, let me pull back here and see if there's anything. Oh, fuck, I can't. Let's go to a 3-day. Now, there we go. Interesting. Well, so look, we're going back from 01, right? Look at that beautiful 5, right? It's just, can you script it any better? Now, well, that's interesting, right? So he's doing this is what the algorithm is going to do, but where, as an Elliottician, where are we looking at, right? We'd be thinking completed impulse, right? There's a 11, 12-year impulse. And now we just come back to the 50. So CP, I'd do it that way, even though what you're doing here, we're not really measuring for the 4. What we're doing is showing the confluence. So holy shit, like look at that. So we've got a 50 from the low. We've got a golden zone from the secondary pivot here, the 2 in an Elliott context, and an order block. So there should be exactly zero surprise that we got a reaction. Now, could it be a trend change? Well, let's go back to where we were just talking about. Okay, do I have the ingredients here? Do we? Well, it looks like a good 5. Let's go down to the 1. All right, this is for crypto bulls here. We'd rather, right, this be a low here, and what we'd want would be for these to go range bound and not be trending. It's going to be better for crypto, better for the market, better for tech, better for crypto. Okay, so let's see here. So it looks like we started here. All right, not to target yet, but this we don't look like we've got. Well, let's see if we can count it. I don't think we can. I see what you're doing here. It looks like you have that locked, maybe. Oh, why can't I get that off? Do you have that locked? Fuck. You must have something locked. Why the fuck can't I get that to come off? Oh, you know what? You might have a... Oh, look at that. I had heard that there were some of these, right? This is... that's kind of cool. The Auto Golden Zone Hunter. Interesting, right? So I have to look that up. That's interesting. So let's see how he's got it set up. I've heard people have been telling me that this was out there. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to reach out to Siphon Auto, to whoever that is. Cool. Okay, so he's got it's looking for golden zones. All right, so I got sidetracked there. That's kind of cool. I might have to get that from your CPT. Okay, so let's look here. So we have this. Could this be? Well, this looks like it's a 2, right? So fuck, Christ. Right, the golden zone, of course. So 1, 2. It looks like you went ABC here. It kind of looks like this is ABC into that 2. I can't say I love it in there, but all right. So just because I'm going to hide it just for a second. That's a tough dig to get a 1 out of there. But that's your deepest retracement. So, I mean, we're going to have to do it this way, James, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 3. I have to check that. Can we do it as a diag? It ain't pretty. Well, you got to check 3 to 5. Let's just check it. It could work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shorter than 3, 3 shorter than 1. It's not where you'd look for it, but that's the most probable. But then we don't get what you wanted there. It almost makes you think A, B, C. So let's relabel that. Oh, that's not what I want. I want this. It looks like A, B, C. So WX, starting to look more like it. WX, Y. All right, so why not that? There's got a clear 5 here, so you can see it. This, maybe you dig this out here, but it looks much more like an ABC since what we got here, and that's a bit of a stretch. It almost looks like you have to do the same thing, another diag to get that done. 3 into the X here. Look, that's interesting. Look how they're all kind of the same thing. They all have extensions in the first part of the swing. That looks like a perfect 100, actually. And it is. Well, how about that for eyeballing it? So ABC, could that be the Y? Well, let's see how technical we are here. This looks like we've got potential golden corner. Oh, fuck. Hey, just missed it. Am I on right there? I think I am. Let's go over to, see if that, how we look down here. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's good. You got to get it right on. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Woo! That's about as close as it can get, right? So that there's almost nothing more technical than the bonds. God, I'd have to call that a tag. Well, let's just look in there. Oof, what stopped it, right? That's definitely an algorithm, right? Just A to B equals C to D, right? It's common. Oh, just out of curiosity, it makes me curious as to how this looked here. Not quite. But look at that. That's interesting. This range up here, right? Some pretty stiff resistance. So let's pull back and see what else is. There's got to be something there, right? That doesn't happen randomly. Well, you have an order block right here, no doubt. Right there, if I've got that right. I get that. Oh, no, I'd do it here. All right, because that's the last hot. Okay. All right, so you got right. Look at that. We got right in the order block, right as it tagged that 100. Reaction, second attempt, right? So there's the flip. Right? You get a break of structure here because you break that low. You come back to it. All right. So, but my guess is there's something else there. Could it be this pivot? If we're on a log, this might not be far enough. Nope, there it is. All right, so if you see something like that, you should immediately say, oh, there's something there, right? Because markets don't stop randomly, right? There are exactly 0 random pivots, none, right? There's always a reason. So, okay, so what are the reasons here? Do we have a whole lot of reasons? Well, we got the Elliott count. We got a 3 into a 3. We got a 50. We got a median line. We got an A to B equals C to D, and we got a 50 from the high, right? That's a massive confluence point. As I said, there's nothing more technical than the bonds. So what would you assume there? Well, now are we putting together a bigger count? Is this something that's corrective before we go down for lower prices? Well, that would be bad news for crypto enthusiasts, right? Very, very, very bad news. That will tank the NQ, so we would prefer to not have that happen. Do we have a start of getting out of here? It sure doesn't look like it. We do have the ingredients of, okay, here's a higher low, here's a higher low, but we didn't get any impulsive action to come out of here. So while we got, did we get, out of curiosity, in here, did we get a higher close? Yeah, we did. So there's the highest close we got right there. That does not look great. Well, what's our best case here? That we go into a double. W, X, Y, X, Z. And then we come back down. That would be what you'd hope here. Fuck. Is that? That's such a perfect double. You got to go ABC because of that. So you'd have to be thinking, well, so what's our best case? If we can get another X, fuck, can we do it? I don't think we want that Y above that W in a correction like this. So this is a tricky one. Do any of you guys trade the bonds? I mean, very few people trade it because it's so expensive. Maybe with options, but it's worth keeping an eye on because, well, these are going to move lockstep, right? The Nasdaq and rates are going to move right. Correlation is going to be very high. So your best case here is that we're going to do another 3, right? And then maybe another 3. But now we're doing a WXY as we're rallying correctively. Doesn't quite feel right. Boy, this is a tough one. I don't see any. Well, there's certainly nothing to do right here, right? Maybe you had something there, right, coming out of that, and you had something down here. But as it sits right there, what are you hoping for? Well, I suppose that there's an outside chance that this would be algorithmically driven, and that since we didn't actually tag the median line, your best case would be we'd go down and revisit that pivot. But the bottom line is that that's not encouraging for tech bulls, crypto bulls, at least as it sits right now. Now that could change. Of course, that could change. All right. Thanks for bringing that in, CPT. Right? We don't look at the bonds very often, but I mean, you want to have them somewhere. Like when I'm watching the market, I always have the bonds off to the side so I can see what they're doing. And by that, I mean the futures, the equity markets. Okay, I got MDE, MD Edge Root. Okay, it must be a new member. I don't recognize that handle. MD Edge Root. I always like to have new members posting in here. I'm assuming, I don't know that you're new, but I don't recognize that handle. Always good to see. I always tell people you want to get value out of your membership, participate constantly. That's how you get max benefit. Post, ask questions, post in the live streams whether you're confident in your TA or not, right? That's the only way to learn, right? That's the whole point of being a member, is to learn. Oh, this looks pretty sexy. Okay, so we got a lot of time in here. We got a lot of, all right, like it already. Like he's applying everything, right? So I've got an Elliott struct count. I've got some structure here, some market structure. I've got fib time. I got the algo pulls. I got targets down here. Ooh, I love it. Fetch AI. I think I've only looked at this once before. Fetch AI. This guy goes back. How far do we go back? When did we start this? In 19? Well, that's a lot of shit in there. Okay, I'm gonna have to hide some of this. So these are boxes. Okay, so I like what you're doing here. Now, so it's always right. You guys have experienced this, right? When you're looking at your own chart and you drew it all, no problem. When somebody else is looking at it, it just looks like a cluster F. So I'm just gonna hide some of these so we can dig into that. At least we'll look at the count, right? I like what you're doing. You're on the right track here, but it's just hard for me to see in there, so I can give you some feedback, at least on the Elliott side here. Okay, so these looks like these are. The other thing you could do is just thin these down, just so they're just little stripes. Oh, where's the fucker? Oh, where is? Oh, fuck, maybe not. Oh, I guess because you're doing boxes. That's why. Okay, all right. Let me just not taking those out because they're not meaningful, but I can't quite see what you're doing in there. Okay, so if this is the top, right? So this is. Do we have a wave 1 up here? Well, so just adding the highest degree. 1, 2. Well, there's a clear impulse right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So this is you can't argue with it. 4, 5. We did something. Okay. So we got an A coming in here. All right. So A, B. Oh, Jesus. That's just a textbook zigzag. What's not to like here? Oh, I was kind of curious here how it's technical. How do we look, right? It's the same thing you guys should be doing. Like, oh, okay, well, fuck, let's see. Okay, let's measure. How about from the dominant to the dominant? What do we do? A perfect 50. Oh, isn't that interesting, right? Where's the target? Right here. Oh, we got it at the edge of the median lines, right? So maybe you got a sliding parallel there. It kind of looks like you would. Oh, I just run it down like that. 4, can we get to the median line? God damn, you got so much on here. I'm just going to hide some of it. Okay, so now we got our fib time. So this is 33, so we're already past that. So what's the next one here? Is that 05? And this is your golden zone here, August 8th. This one looks interesting. I kind of like what you're doing with the boxes. I would do it this way. I would just have some sort of light fill. So, it's just shit. I don't know if there's a right way or a wrong way. But then I would do it. If you like that color, do it. Just come here. So you don't have all the hard edges, right? So it becomes just a little bit softer on the eye. So I can see, okay, well, here I'm coming into this cluster. Now a hot box, right? That makes sense, right? To have it. Okay, here's where I'm looking to get in. And you see, I will often put alerts on both sides of it because I want to know. I don't want to miss that. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, heads up. Okay, so what's a requirement, as we were just talking about before, it doesn't mean buy it here. I mean, you can, right? If you're super aggressive, okay, you can take the buy there, but, you're at risk of that. So what's the one ingredient that we need, right? Let's get up. Okay, ooh, high or low, up, change of character. Now, it still could roll over, but now it's time. This is where it matters, right? Can we push through? Other side of the median line. Oh, wouldn't that just make perfect sense? Right, because we're not going to do this, likely. I mean, fuck, we could, but more likely, right? There's going to be a struggle to see. It's rare that you can turn a trend around that abruptly, right? It's like, okay, we're coming down. When do we pivot here? September of last year. Oh, we're going to turn that down around in just one little swing. I mean, it's a lot to turn that around. So you got all the bears here that are going to have to be blown out. You got to fight through all their sell pressure. Then, okay, you get here. Now the bears go, fuck, I told you it was going down. So, okay, now you got to hold the low. Then you got to fight these bears again, right? So it's muscle, volume, aggression. You got to fight the other side of the market. They want your money and they want it to go down. And okay, so, let's do it this way. Since that's already come and gone. Okay, so how do you turn this thing around? Well, what are we on? We're on a daily. Well, of course, you'd come down to something much smaller. That sure looks like a 4, doesn't it? I mean, it could go over, but that would be unusual. It's like all of crypto is kind of like, is it a 4? Sure looks like a 4. The only caution there is when the whole market is, every Elliottian is looking at it going, it's a 4. If everybody thinks one thing, or often, right, it'll do something else. This actually looks technical as well. All right. Would there have been an algo in there? Did I get it? Maybe I used the wrong pivot. That could be it right there. Let's open that up a little. They're in there. Where are they? Where's Waldo? You're in here. I know you are. Oh, that's not bad, but that's too far. Although that is all wick. Well, maybe not. Boy, what the fuck happened in here? So we went up, down. Well, the market is talking to you right here, without a doubt, right? So we poked through it, but if you had the volume profile, do you have, no, volume profile on here, something's happening there. Is it that 50? Makes me think not. Interesting. This was a little bit sloppy. This is a little sloppy, although let's see. All right, come to the next one. Could be that one. Well, if it's that one, then they would have had to use it. Did they use it? It might be pushing there. Well, as it sits right now, you're sitting in a golden zone. You got a, maybe that's a, it's not much of a 5, as in a 5th, but it's there. You got a little bit. That would be, all of this would be too choppy for me to trade. I mean, I like it. I mean, your work here is excellent, but this looks like a much better buy down here. And because it's probably thinly traded. I don't know what the volume looks like, but something to come down here and get into that hot box. Now I'd be a little more comfortable with it rather than trying to guess in here. It's too, most probable that's a 4. Now, if this goes, maybe you're turning this into a WXY, something along those lines here. So that would be definitely one on the radar, right into the A watch list, because you got a beautiful confluence down here, just beautiful. But it's a weird thing, right? If you're long, to want something to come down, right? Come down so I can get more long. But that's right now as it sits, because if we don't do it, you're going to kind of lose your sense of where are we, all right? Because right now it looks like, I completely rock solid. 1, 2, 3, 4. Duh. Obviously the 4. Now if it doesn't come down and give you the 5, then you're like, oh fuck, what? Now what the hell is it? So the anticipation here is not unwarranted, right? You want to be, maybe this is the 2 here, and we're going to go 3, 4. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Well, then we wait for that. Right there. Give me the higher low. That was really nice. I got to work on how to say that. MDE. Fuck. MDEG root? That maybe it's MDEGan root. All right. Your work is excellent. 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 Using the fib time, just adds one more confluence point. Can I get fib time? Can I get the 50% in 50 of the length of that swing, 50 in time? Fuck yeah. All right, so you can look at that. Boy, doesn't that look sexy? God, look at the confluence there. Holy shit. Yes, 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 yes. There, here's where I'm buying it. Right there. Right there. So you say, oh man, you didn't get the turn. Oh, really? What did I miss? 4 cents? I'll still be just fine with that. All right, Frayed 57. Oh, we're back to near. Oh man, this must be you must have a big position here, or you just like this project. All right. Hey, CPT Lunchbox. Good after. Fuck, is it afternoon already? Damn, it is. 12:48. I get into a time warp when I do these. All right, near to the tether. From Frayed 57, is this a new count? Oh, say we're fuck, we're out to a weekly. Okay. All right, I'm with you here. Well, that's a bummer, isn't it? So we're going to do a 5-3-5-3-5 leading diag, right? It's all, and that would be a contractor. So it's not, I mean, here again, we're not getting ideally, you'd want a leading diag. We don't get ideal. Oh, I'd go down. So I'll take them down incrementally. I'd go down to the 3 and then see how we look here just to get a little more clarity. Okay, is there much dispute about what we'd have here? I don't think so, right? I mean, that's clearly a 3. Oh, again, you look broad strokes. There's another 3. And that sure looks like a 5. So we'd have you'd have a flat here, actually. 3, 3, 5. We don't have to come down that far, although I can see why you like it down there. Looks like we're past the 100. So, right, so I do this a lot of times just so that you guys get, okay, these are the steps, right? What do we measure? What can we measure? Okay, remember, if it's not going to be the 100, second most common, look where we do, right? Or what we do, right in the pocket between the 127, 138 at the, what are we at the 38. Impulse value area, so he's got to have, he did his volume profile, I'm assuming that's what he's referring to here. And we've got monthly levels, right? So Monte Crypto, his influence showing, and looks like we're in a triangle there. 1, 2, 3, 4, into the 3, triangle 4. I think you're using these patterns here, the ABCD patterns, right, for your triangle here. I think you want to do that with this. Fuck, it doesn't matter. I don't know that it matters, but. So you use the Elliott triangle. Maybe you like the other one. I don't know. Okay, so we got a good contender here for 3, seeking the 4, right? Triangle of some sort. I don't know if we're already in there. Looks like we still have more to go. D, E, right, for a 4 to come down for the 5. Well, and then the other thing, right? James has already done this mentally. All right, so we're going to have this nice channel here, right? So as we come down, now see, I like them. I like the middle one, thinner, not fatter. I like that one. I like these to be a little fatter. That's just me. That's how I would do it. Okay, all right. Again, we're looking at big time. So then I'd go to the daily. Say, how do we look inside here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that sure looks like a triangle. So I think you're on the right track here. Although that 4. Let's see here. Maybe too soon to call the triangle just yet. But we're working on a 4. Oh, this has got to be your 2. So we're in the pocket there. Let's just keep coming down here a little bit. See if it gives us any additional insight. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a pretty good extension in the 5th. Makes me think, okay, is there an alternate here? I don't know that there is. Well, here's the impulse coming out of there. There's the 3, so you're kind of stuck with that as a 1. Oh, it's probably there on a smaller time frame. So I'm with you. 1, expand the B into the 2. Oh, I bet that could be 2618. Right, just little things, just to right. It takes you just not much time at all to measure. All right, we got 200% to the tick, the length of the 1. Okay, I can live with that. 2, 3, 4, but that's a 38. All right, so just see how we trading in here. Are we technical? Oh, it's a 50. Right to first target. Nope, blew right through that. All right, I got all the way down here. So this idea is a good one. We're gonna do. Oh, come here. Let's get that brightened up a little bit so we can see it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, triangle, 4. You know, something. So, you know, that could be the B. We're still CD. I don't like to do triangle until I've got a D. It's because you're already projecting. Oh, this is going to be a C, a D, and an E. It's a lot to project, but you know maybe it is, right? What do we see, right? Just consolidation, right? It's classic 4. Your anticipation would be that we'd come out of here with 1 more, right? So what's retail going to do here? They're going to sell it, right? Would make you so where are the stops, right? Why would you not want to sell it there? Right, because there's where the stops are. Now, there are times, of course, right? So where it'll come down, the stops will be fuel, but it's not that. See, if you sold it up here, I don't know that I would be watching to what happened here. But the point I'm always making is you don't want to enter here. You want to come into it with house money. So if you sold it up here, okay, you don't have to freak out here because those stops, right, can be fuel for the shorts. So there's going to be a little battle here. But if the shorts, the bears are aggressive enough, they'll eat through all the limit orders sitting there and then they'll take them down. Right now you got your 5 going in. And maybe you get it down here, but this is going to be a battleground in here. I mean, you can kind of see it already was, right? The market wrestled with this. For whatever reason, right? The value. Boy, there's almost 0 to not like here. I would just to have a reference. I'd want to see this as well. Maybe you already have that. Your colors are different, right? So we've already hit the 50. So if you came in here, boy, if you got that, oh, that's pretty sexy right there. Get it at the golden zone. What would you then have, right? So as soon as I say that, immediately, what your first thought would be, oh, well, okay, next thing we're going to do is put the median lines on. I hope that's what's kicking in your head. Oh, swing low to swing high, golden zone. Oh, if I get a golden corner, what do I know? What do I know? Right, if this pivot holds, I got 80% probability of getting there. All right. Just look through all of your trades. How many of your trades that you currently are in right now have an 80% probability of making their target? I'm asking that quite sincerely, right? Look through your book, right? What do you got open? Are there any median lines? Do you have any trades that are open that have 80% probability of making their target? If you don't, well, heads up. Here's one to get on your list. Nice, Frade. Frade always puts up good work. Let's go. But he's been all over these particular ones. Okay, so let's look at VT. Another one. I think he must be in, right? I assume people are posting them regularly. They're in it. Okay, or they're just trading it a lot. Again, more quality work, right? Look at the discipline, right? He's getting every little pivot, right? So why do that? So why not just come down here and go, oh, fuck, all right, here's the impulse, right? Why go through all of that, right? Because it gives you all of that conviction when you come down here because you did it. Like you've been through every swing of this thing. I see it. I got it. I know what it is. Ah, there's the top. Oh, look, I got a 5. So you get this, you're building conviction in your own skill set as you get down here. I nailed every one of these fuckers. Now you come down here, I know exactly what's happening here. Now, it doesn't mean you're always going to be right, but it gives you that, so many people struggle with pulling the trigger, right? Or they wait too long. Like, oh, okay, now I can take it, right? And they get smashed because they waited too long. When you have that conviction, so what is he looking for here? He's looking for, okay, look at his risk reward. 6 to 1. What else is there? I got these purple now. I usually do them in blue here. Okay, right. prior support. It didn't hold very well here, right? So to come back from below, prior support, right? Potentially resistance. So I would actually do it like that, afraid. Give yourself a little bit more of a buffer because you kind of want to see it do that, right? Wouldn't that be just, oh, fuck, come here. Wouldn't that just be ideal, right? Come right up a little higher, right into the structure, right? Now, battle zone. Maybe they squirt up here. You might get wicks up here, right? So if they did that to you, you got to be quick to go. So assume they did that. They're going to leave a demand zone here. So let's just play that out, right? So if this comes up here and you get wicks up here, right, that you didn't get here. Let's see if I can put the whole thing together. You didn't get a break of structure up here, right? That would be the true break of structure. So you got a change of character here, right? When you're breaking these, there's the first one. You got a little change of character here because it's just been lower, low, low, oh, and then you got one here, right? We didn't get a lower low. So here's the change of character. That's got to go that far to get a break of structure. So if we come up here, you're going to have, well, you've got a supply zone right here, right? If we come up here, oh, you probably have another one right here. I should just turn on the Sonar Lab. They just did an update here, and they've got some nice new features they've added. So you got one here. Now, the danger when you're here is that this can be just a inducement. This is the one they want. But the Elliott count wouldn't support that. Well, maybe it would, actually. So we could go A, B. You'd have a bigger B here. You'd be long stopped out here, right? So, well, okay, next, right? You take it here, right? Would be something to consider. Would that make sense? Let's just think of that. Well, what's the first thing to do, right? I've got to swing. What's the very first thing to do? Where's the algo, right? Where's Waldo? Well, it sure looks like he'd be right up here. All right, so if it comes up here, there's the kind of confluence. Okay, so we'd have channel geometry. We'd have a supply zone. We'd have a golden zone, swing to swing, right? Elliott's not relevant here. Swing to swing. I've got a completed 5. I'm retracing. I'm at a golden zone. What else would I have here? Right, doesn't matter, right? It's always on both sides, same 80%, right? It's which pivot holds. Right, as long as this pivot holds, I got 80% to get down here. Right, and you know, I always go to the target, to the algo target. Fuck, it could do it here, right? You don't know, but that you gotta aim for something, right? So would you take that one? Afraid, right? So this is what makes it hard. Okay, so you take that first stop, right? The first one that you took, right? Then I'm going to take this demand zone. Small losers nonetheless. Now up here, you got to be able to take that one, right? And that's the hardest one to take because you're starting to feel like, oh, wait a minute, this thing's starting to go. Supply zone, geometry, channel edge, golden zone. Shit, you probably, I don't know if you got anything below, right? You'd be hot on any momentum indicators, right? Doesn't mean they can't stay hot, but how would the count work? What are we looking for here? If this is an A, that B could go, we could go right up to the pivot here. So this actually, afraid, all of these are legit, but I wouldn't shy away from this one. If you take the stop here, I'd be ready to go again. A, B, C for the Z to get you the 2. This is a good one. V chain. Is there anything else here? W, X. Well, it's not Y. Right? So there's, again, another example where the Elliott is helpful. Right? Otherwise, if you're not using Elliott Wave, what do you see here? Oh, I got a swing or a reach. Okay, I got that. Now, what are you forecasting next? Well, I don't really forecast. I just look for pivots. Okay, well, okay. I immediately have an advantage over you, right? Because I've got context. I know what I'm anticipating. I can forecast it based on the 20 billion Elliott counts that have come beforehand. It's probably more than that. It's probably 20 trillion. I get an advantage using Elliott Wave over someone who doesn't. Now, some people say, fuck it, I don't need that advantage. I'm just fine with my supply and demand zones. I'm fine with my algo. But if I can get an advantage, why would I not want to take fuck, it's so hard to make money in here in the first place. Why would I not want every advantage I could possibly get? I'm working for me. Well, it's too hard, right? You got to memorize all that shit. Yeah. You thought trading was going to be easy? Oh, buddy, are you in for a rough ride? All right, what do we got on the last one? Neo, not Neo. Fuck, what is this? Nio? This is a Neo knockoff. Nio. Why don't I know this? Is this a crypto? No, that's why. NIO, trading on the New York Stock Exchange. Ooh, interesting. Again, look how he's put the work in, right? Freight always does the work. Let's go to log here and see what we can do. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've been analyzing both. Yeah, I see it, right? Well, we're going from $1.20 to 70 bucks. We definitely have the range for log scale. 1, 2, skinny. Fuck. Well, it doesn't. You would want this to be all self-contained. So here, yeah, I'm with you. What you would not. Here's what I would absolutely never count it this way, like that. No, never. Right? It's not that it's not possible. It's just that's not the right look. So your 3 here, I'm guessing you probably measured it, right? Freight knows what he's doing. All right, so second most common, right? 127, 138, right? We get it. It's the difference, right? This being essentially sideways and this being much more dramatic, but okay, we got, market doesn't give you perfect all the time. You'd have to go with the completed impulse here. So, okay, what are we doing here? A, B. Oh, this looks pretty good here. I'm going to pull this over here. Channeling is better in arithmetic. Okay, well, let's take it out of log. I see your point. Yeah, it is. But, well, here, so, Fred, what I would do here, out here on the daily, you kind of need to be in logged so you can see it, right? And you'd have some meaning. God, you guys always amuse me when you use these giant degrees here. I would do all of these smaller. It's just easier to see. Okay, so let's get in here. Okay, so 3, 4. Are we done here? 1, 2. Well, yeah, we cleared it. Yeah, it looks like we did. We don't have an overlap here, do we? No, we don't. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Boy, it's not much. Well, let's try the 8. Not much there. Let's try the 4. It doesn't quite look like that's. It's kind of deep for a 4, actually. It's not. It's right. We broke the golden zone, right? So you'd have to go back to the pivot. Is there an alt here that we might consider? I mean, you're far enough here. Well, let's just put a few other pieces together. What do we do here? 50 to the tick. There's a target. He probably already had that in there. He must have, because there's other shit here. So look at the. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so this is. Oh, look how nicely that plays. Okay, so he's got a gap fill here, right? High probability that gets filled in. Look where the algo targets are in the middle of his gap fill. And then we got a demand zone down here. Here's his demand zone out of the 3, 4. So, oh, this is good. This looks good, Fred. We come down into this pocket. Okay, well, right. You know what I'm going to say, right? You don't have to sit here with a limit order. You can, right? If you want to be aggressive, or if you're trading options, you might do something like that. Well, so if you were trading this, if you're trading with options, what's the advantage of buying the option when it's going down like this? Because the calls will be much less expensive, right? The puts will be expensive. Just what people are willing to pay, because retail loves to buy out of the money options. So what are they going to be doing? They're buying out of the money puts, right? So that's the one time where if you have a lot of conviction in your TA and you're trading something where you can trade options, is you want to let it go as far as it can and then try and buy the calls, right? Because the rebound here, then what's retail going to do? They're going to buy the out of the money calls, right? So they'll pay more, the premium starts going up, and so you make money on your calls. But something like this, you'd have to buy time here, so you wouldn't want to be using a weekly. You're going to have to. I rarely buy options with less than 60 days. because you don't want to let the thing could get stuck, right? And then you could be right eventually about direction, but the time decay kills your option. So if it's coming down here, that's not a bad play. The other thought is if it comes down here and you start to get a little reaction, you could sell some out of the money puts, maybe do a put spread here. So you sell the near money, hedge it with buying the other side, and you use that to offset the cost of the at the money calls. Now that may be beyond some of you guys that are not comfortable with options, right? I mean, we have lots of traders that don't do any exotic spreads of any type. They just buy weeklies like they're day trading them, right? So you could do that, but in that case, you know, it's a little bit more, you got to know what you're doing, right? Because weekly the time decay is severe, so you better be right on the timing. Frey, that all looks like really good work here, but boy, does it look good down here? That's where it looks particularly good. So if it gets close down here, the demand zone here, I'd let it fill that gap. This could be a little inducement to get it down here, to get that second target. But as with any zone like this, you want a quick reaction. So all the more if you were using options or something where you want to take advantage of it, hitting that, anticipating the quick reaction, well, that's where you could buy some. You don't want to buy out of the money. You want to buy at the money, right? To offset the time decay, right? So at least you're at the money. Excuse me. But then if it starts to move quickly, oh shit, I'm going to get into a whole option thing, right? If it goes pretty quickly, then the retail will buy the out of the money. You can sell those to offset the cost. Now you got a call spread, right? So, I probably shouldn't go into all that, right? It just can confuse you. Bottom line here is we're coming down here. You're in a technical zone where you'd want to be a heads up. All right, definitely. There's lots of different ways you could play it, but that's a very sexy zone. I'll be watching there. So if you're looking for trads, that's a nice one. Great trio, Frade. Excuse me, really nice work. Diamond Lee, where the hell have you been? All right, glad to see you back. All right, he is a regular poster for a while. Yeah, shit comes up. How'd we do? Well, the ES held the initial balance, at least. We're outside of the balance. All right, so we got Tron against Bitcoin. Interesting. Tron, can you outrun Bitcoin? Well, let's just see. Might. I mean, it's tempting to start looking if Bitcoin's going to stay in this range. If, have heavy emphasis on if. I don't think it's going to. Okay, so we're daily in Tron. All right, so is there something else we would consider here? No. Diamond Leo, well, that's pretty solid here. It's hard to, oh man, you guys, I swear, I don't know how you guys use these colors, right? So W, X, here's your Y. Do I have a Y? Here's your Y, okay. W, oops. Why does this seem ass backwards? What's wrong here? Hang on, you're doing a, oh, so I see what you're doing. You're doing a Monte pull. Okay, so WXY1, 2. So we have, it looks like we have a golden corner. So this is the speed fan. Here's this golden zone coming from the pivot, right? With the speed fan. So we're in the golden zone. Interesting, right? So this is in the golden zone of the fan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can live with that. That's a good looking 1. A, B, C is a good looking 2. He's got his break of structure on here. And he's got his demand zones here. It looks like he's got multiples. Did you draw that one? Nope, that's part of it. Okay, so we'd be at the 50 here. Break of structure, right? There's the strong high. Why? It's still the strong high here. Why? Because there's no close above this pivot. But you got a good contender here. That sure looks like a good contender for a 3. So let's go to an 8. All right, so here, did you buy it down here, Diamond Link? Because you had that highlighted. That I hope so. You got a nice little ripper on your hands. Oh, what would we do here? I have to open that up. Interesting color choices here. Okay, it's just, you got to start somewhere. So sometimes you just start labeling. All right, could that? What a clusterfuck that is. Tron kind of does this. It's got a very enthusiastic user base. I think gamers. Okay, so this, we don't have a close yet. It's at the swing high, but it's not. I'm guessing we're not closed yet on this. Is there an alt here? Do we have to do it this way? Do we? This is. I hate to even use that. I don't even want to. All right, see, that looks like more likely what we're doing. Wicks like that, it's just market getting manipulated. That's, okay. Does anybody have trouble figuring out what happened here? Run the stops above, run the stops below, right? Just probably an algorithm doing it, right? Just fucking retail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 schlop. No, I might do it this way. W, let's see, right? Well, maybe, let's see. I don't know how far that goes. Some sort of 1 with shenanigans. The same thing here. I would start it here. This is, yeah, it's just slop down here. This is just chop slop. Where do we break out of it? Okay, we get something that, fuck, could you even do it? You might, actually. Let's see if we could. Could we do that? A little bit longer. I think we could. All right, so we could, if we wanted to be hardcore. 1, oh fuck, 2. Oh, no, I don't think, can't. No, I can't do it. Can't do it. We broke the 2, right? This goes, does it? Ooh, pretty fucking close. Yeah, that's a double bottom. All right. Doesn't really matter, right? So whether you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it looks like it's a perfect tag. Just out of curiosity, did it? Yep, it broke it by a tick. All right, so you can't use that. You can't go diag into the 1. So I would just use this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Right, so all self-contained on the way up. Stop shenanigans. See what? Let's see. 618 to something. I would pull it from here. Well, just out of curiosity, something traded up there. Still don't like it. I don't think that's part of the wave count. Yeah, maybe too soon to do that. So you might be doing it this way. Let's see. Right, I don't love it up there. If I had to label it right now, that's what I would. What do you got below? I would be penciling that in, if you will. That's. I suppose there's a possibility that's the 5. Here, we'll do it this way. And this is the internal. I would not use any of that. ABC into the 4. Okay, we might go up for the 5 that way. That actually looks a little better, because then your 2 and your 4 are a little bit better. Probably have good channeling there too. I kind of like this blue that I got now. That's what I'd be thinking for the 1, right? So down here, all of this is just consolidation and accumulation. Accumulate, really all of it. Down here, accumulate, launch. You would want this to finish it, right? So in terms of where's your opportunity to get in, right? If you like this, I'm assuming you're thinking long, so you want that last leg, so you can set up the retrace that you're looking to get in. Fuck. See, now the algo is not going to. The algo is going to use the lowest pivot. So if you get something like that, I would do it down here, and then that would play pretty nicely over here. Right, yeah, we got through, but this was resistance, right? Now potentially come down. So you'd be thinking, okay, give me the 5, right? You'd hope for that, right? Fuck, who knows where we go here, but you got to, right, do double top up there, and then the chance to get in down here, right? That's what you'd be looking for. All right, now remember, this is against Bitcoin, right? I would want to see it against the dollar as well. He's already got it on, right? So here's the, it's just harder to see here. That's why I use mine. All right, so there's the target. All right, so if this is 1, 2, we have it's a corner pocket, not a golden, right? Swing here, we're not quite to the golden zone, but so still 80% is still there. Doesn't have to be a golden, it's just sweeter. Why do we like the golden? Because the risk reward is better. Well, here, right, you got to give it all the way to the other side of the 65. In a golden zone, it's tiny. Well, that's pretty sexy, right? We got the speed fan giving us the golden zone here. We've got this comes back down, coming in here to get that. Pretty nice. Right, nice looking setup. All right, Diamond Lee, well done. Lots of potential here. That would get to the top of my watch list. Uh-oh, I got James M bringing me the big dog. All right, what are you thinking? Oh, oh yeah, you're giving me Bitcoin. I thought it was Bitcoin D. Okay, James M giving us an update on Bitcoin now that we haven't done anything over the weekend. Oh, God damn it, man. I got to get you to explain this to me so I can explain it. Is this the one? Oh, this is not the one that had the percentages on it. 3-day here. I know there's something sexy in here. It's golden zones, is it not? Well, one thing that he's highlighted to and shown me a few times here, if we use range expansion, look what we do here, 3.5 retrace, right? Then from the where do you pull it from? Oh, I guess you're pulling it from here. So we do that again. Oh, God damn it, Trading View. All right, 3.5, right, on expansion again. Interesting shit that does not happen randomly, right? That is not coincidental. What do we got here? Is this the 200? Yep. This is your, okay, so that's the big 200. So where are we here? That would put us, so what is he teeing up here? That, right, the 17 high. That if we're going to come down, what are we doing there? What is that, James? Is this just, why are we noting this here? That's November 9th, and this is, I'm not sure what you're doing there. But I sure like the idea here, because it's it's hard to look at Bitcoin and not see a 4. Or if I, oh, let's see here. If I bring this over, can you guys see that? If I bring over Motivive? I'm not sure if it does it off the frame. I know I've got a delay. Do you guys see it? Yeah, I'm watching over there. It's a 30-second delay. I can't remember if it's just looking at. I think you will see that in a second. No, maybe not. Is it 30 seconds? Oh, maybe not. I was trying to get you guys to show you the count on Motivewave, but I guess not. 25, so split it. We're at 23, which is a target he's had in my ear for quite a while, based on some work he did. Oh, fuck. God, I can't believe I keep doing that. Sorry, guys. I don't know how that's not. We're not anticipating that. I mean, nothing says it has to do that, right? But if you were, I wouldn't be buying here or adding to any longs with that setup. I don't know how. I don't know what. How do you get long on that? Oh, I guess I don't. What do I have down here? Oh, I guess I don't have anything. That's pretty brutal. There's almost not. Jesus, is there even a? I don't even think you can. Even if you were trying to think diag, right? Can't have a triangle of the two, so it can't be 1, 2. Well, fuck, maybe it could 1, 2, and this would have to do that. Sure looks like one more down, right? Doesn't it? There's no absolute, no requirement that the market do that, but to get out of here and not test that low, would that would just be unusual, right? It's too ripe. Like, where's the liquidity? I would just do that, right? That entire wick they're going to be stops galore, and the bulk of them will be down there. So down, run it, gun it. Be what I'd be thinking. James, that what's interesting about that is that 3.5, right? Hitting that twice. I think, God, I could swear there was another one in there somewhere else where we got 3.5. Because I think you've shown that to me before, but these two are enough, right? So this is the 18 low, and we launched, then COVID, then right. So this one went 3.5. This one goes 3.5. So if we were going to go 3.5 again, right, then we're thinking, pretty good. So so now just label it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Until proven otherwise, I'm not budging off of that. Market has no requirement to accommodate me there, but the market's got to prove me wrong there, right? I don't know why anyone would think otherwise, right? But there is a very strong contingent that think that that's it. And if that is the case, right, then this is going to go much lower, which I don't. Oh fuck! I mean, I can't say it any other way. That I'm not anticipating that. This would, if we tap that, I'd be shocked if we don't rally, but we might not. Okay. Oh, MG, look at that. God, that makes me think of that Progressive commercial where the dorky guy puts his hand on the shoulder and then he gets back in line, puts his hand on the shoulder again. I got MDE Groot here bringing me back with another one. Okay. He snuck in at the end of it. All right. What are we looking at, guys? Okay. So I got to make a copy of this. Last one, and then I think is barring any. Yep, I think we're good. So last one, we'll call it a day. Market, pretty good rally there. What are we looking at? NOIA, which I have never looked at before. So it's got to be bottom left. Okay, so that must be Syntropy, which I've never looked at before. Okay, so bottom left, notice the object tree. I was wondering. Okay, well, we're taking a look. Did I miss something? Object tree. No. I thought something's wrong here. So let me give me a second here. Is it over here? Gotta be. Yeah, gotta be. Okay. Oh, so this it's kind of cool. Oh, there we go. It's kind of not, you got to start that way. You got to remember to do this. I always pull up the chart and I just start going, and then I forget. Oh fuck! It's harder to put them back in there. Okay, so then we're gonna have a zigzag, right? There's a zigzag, and then the order blocks. Oh, whoa, shit! That's crazy for me. But if it works for you, okay, I like it. Okay, so what do we have sitting right here? It's a rocket launcher. Now, no guarantee that holds, but we don't get guarantees, right? So we come into this pocket. Do you see the confluence there? How good that is, right? So let's just look. Let's break it down. So we're on the lower edge of the median line, right? We'd be setting up. This is not in yet. We'd be setting up that corner. Elliott count looks good. As a matter of fact, this looks I'm guessing he's already done this. Yeah, he has, right? So this would be his 50. Yeah, I'm sure he is, right? So there's the 50. So here's his target. So this relates to, here, I'll just do it. Right there. So swing 50, and then here's the target, right? So it's from the 2 to the 4, which look at the 4, right? Again, this is when you're right here. They don't get a new low. What are you anticipating? Right? Aren't you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me get this on the other side here. Would it have the right look? Well, it's kind of a big kick for the 4, but not out of bounds. Right? I do that for a reason because I want you guys to do that and go, does that look about? Yeah, that kind of looks right. I mean, it's a big. Oh, it looks like that's probably I'm gonna guess 1618. Not quite. All right, 127 didn't quite make the 1618, but here's the second most common as we hit a 50. As we come into market structure, oh fuck, you got the big one in there. Oh fuck, well you get my point. All right, so we get a. That's what happens when I yeah, I see. When I make the copy, I get all your tools and your colors, right? So well, that's all right. So is there one other? Oh, I'd check this. For additional direction. Let's go original here. Nail that down. Get that nice and tight. So do you see the additional confluence that's adding, right? So this hot box area of confluence, fuck yes. Okay, so do we have it real? Oh, we're on a daily here. But well, this looks like the 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4-ish. This looks like the 4 or the 5. It's just sideways is what you're looking for. Consolidation, right? We're no longer trending. So let's see if we can label it. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This is the 4. We're looking for that 5. So we've even got the subdivision is there. Let's go minuscule on that one. Something, oh fuck, it almost doesn't matter. But I think you need 1, 2 there, 3. That's a bit, yeah, you do. 1, 2, 3 sideways for the 4. So you're really looking for that last little drop down just to have all the more, right? There's my conviction. Now, do I just start buying here? Well, I mean, if you were ever going to do, but see, you don't need to buy heavy here. You don't need to go all 100% in here. Take a little appetizer. Let's take a nibble. Right, that's why if it rolls over, you don't get hurt. Ah, fuck, it's a pain to do that. Arrow, right? So something like that, right? Well, that risk reward is going to be kind of crazy because we'd be looking. Well, there's the target. Well, that's a little different. If I come in it, well, let's go back to log here. That'll work. This fucks me up. It's only 184 to 1. I mean, so would you need to go heavy here on the size? Well, now a lot of shit has to happen, right? We'd have a massive trend change here, or this syntropy is going to overtake Bitcoin, right? I mean, something dramatic is happening if we're doing that, but to take a run at that. So, I mean, you could take partials along the way. So you might keep a taste of it in there. So that maybe that appetizer along the way here, you keep some of that here. So if this actually were to go, that you didn't go, oh, fuck, man, if I had just stayed with that, I had the thing teed up. You can take partials along the way because it's not going to go in a straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Can we get all that up there? You'd be a target in the median line, right? It's a lot to hang on that long, but if the market starts to turn, would it have been a lot to hang on here? Yeah, it would have. Oh, I see what you did. Right, so we started here because this is all wick. Log scale, that's great looking work. Holy shit, what a monster that is. So, I don't know if you guys are watching this one. It's the first I've ever seen this one. Syntropy. I have to do a little digging, but boy, that just hit the top of my watch list. That's gorgeous. Great. I'm glad you snuck around and Have you guys seen that ad where the guy comes around, he puts his hand on the shoulder and is like he's back in line? That's what you did there. I'm glad you did that. On Qcoin. Maybe it's, I don't have a Qcoin account, but it looks like I might need one. All right, guys, I think I got everybody covered there. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Holy shit, we got a lot of people today. I don't think I have anything else, right? I'll leave it to you guys whether you want to do another one tomorrow. All right. If we can get enough participation, right? I know members seem to like it. All right, guys, there we go. We'll wrap it up there. I think we got a good look across the space here. Everything is, we're all kind of waiting for signs of any sort of a trend change. Until then, don't fight the trend. The trend continues to be down. So just look for those very high confluence points. And then every now and then, you're going to find a monster. Right? You don't need a lot of monsters, but good to get one. Right? If you've never had one, well, there's one in the making right there. Okay, guys, have a good afternoon. I'm going to wrap it up. With only a few little hiccups along the way where I lost audio. I think we did all right there. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate all the members that post, right? These don't happen without members posting and their willingness to post up stuff that they're looking at and how they're approaching it. It always helps me, and I appreciate you guys doing that. So with that, we'll wrap it up, and you'll know, right? Members will know if we're going to go again tomorrow. All right, guys, have a terrific afternoon, and we'll see you soon.